Hello everyone, my name is Swati Maitreyi. Today I am going to demonstrate my project called Workforce Administration Solution, which I have implemented using the Salesforce. For this, we have created the developer account on salesforce.org. After successful sign up into the Salesforce account, we will get the home page in this. We are going to develop our project. The required fields of the project we will get by using the click on the gear icon and go to the setup page. The required fields of this project is to create the objects by using the object manager and click on the create for the custom objects. In this project, we have created the custom objects like employee field, project tasks, assets, and asset services. And there are two types of objects in there, standard objects and the custom objects. In this project, we have been selected the custom objects. We have to view the label name and the object name. We have to give the database type of data type as text and the auto number for sometimes. In this way, we have been created the object as many initial. Next, starting with the tabs. In the tabs, we have created these fields which we have discussed earlier. Tabs are nothing but use it to view the records. So tabs, there are different types of tabs. You can observe the custom tabs, web tabs, and many other. So by clicking the custom object tabs, new, I have created all these types of tabs based on my projects. After completing this tab section, our next step is about the Lightning App Manager. Here is the Lightning App Manager, and by clicking on this new Lightning app, we can redirect it to this page, and we have to give the app name as Workforce Administration and remaining fields as default, which it is not mandatory to give. And by giving this name and by clicking on this next, we have to select the objects which we had created earlier. For me, I had created earlier, so I am not creating now. I am showing the page which I had created for me, that is Workforce Administration. The objects are given as employees, project tasks, assets, asset services, and many other. And our next step is about the fields and relationships. In fields, we have one of the main thing that required in our project. So fields store the data, relationship links the objects like lookup relationship, master detail relationship, and many to many relationships. So these user to this are the types of the relationships available in the Salesforce. I have to look up on the master detail relationships also. I had created the custom fields, so we can observe the fields output in this way, clicking on this object manager and search for the employee. And here for the employee, clicking on these fields and relationships, these are the fields and relationships which I had created for the employee objects. Like this we had created for the project and project task, asset and asset task I had created earlier. And after this fields and relationship, our next step is the importing the data. I have been imported the data by giving information in the skill wallet. That is, this is the link they had provided, that is employee data. By clicking on this link, the data will be downloaded. And and by in the home, we have searched for the data import wizard. By clicking on this launch wizard, we can redirect to this page. By this way, I had imported the data by clicking the custom objects, and I have created this by clicking on this bulk data loads. Here the thing I had created earlier, that is employee data, 14 record pass and 0 records are failed. By this way, I had created the importing the data step. And my next I have done this project, that is profiles, which define the permissions like you read only read such a type. This is the profiles I have been assigned based on my requirement of this base of the project. And for example, manager, I have been selected user license Salesforce platform manager, search for the I have given the user license platform which I had given. And for the HR, I had given as the Salesforce as the user license. By this way, I had selected, I have created. And our next step is about the roles. For these roles, I have created which I had created roles which define the record level visibility or manage on-set employee. By clicking on the setup roles and clicking on this add role, we have to add the roles as HR and manager. In the manager site, we have to select the two more fields, that is on-site employee and the remote employee. For this, all details have been related in a role hierarchy, and remaining all default we can add by the role by clicking the add role. And next step is about the project users. And in this project users, each users log into the Salesforce, each has their account. Nothing but employees, manager, HR all have having their accounts. So I have created by all by clicking all the details and matching all profiles in this. By clicking the new user, we have to give the details which we had given in the instructions. These are the fields they had given which we implemented in the user account fields. We have to give and click by clicking on this save. And our next step is about the users. User log into the Salesforce by each other having the account. Nothing but employees, managers, HRs are having all their accounts. So I have created all by clicking all the details and matching all the profiles in this by clicking the new user. For me, I had created earlier, I had created the three fields, that is this three I had created earlier. After completing these users, our next step is about the page layouts. Here I have gone to the page layout. You can observe I have created the three page layout, that is employee layout, on-site employee layout, and the remote layout. By clicking on this on-site layout, you can see that So whatever the sections you have, so you can drag the into the personal information and the alliances here in the on-site employee. I have dragged the address layout and the address options and the date of birth, age to the personal information, and food alliances, cab alliance amount, food alliance amount to the alliances. And for the remote employee layout, I had dragged the personal information as same and alliances like Wi-Fi alliances and the Wi-Fi alliance amount. For on-site employee, it is cab, that is different. For this, I had created this. And our next step is about the chat. After completing this page layouts, our next step is about the charter groups. Charter groups are one of the default things that you can observe in any Salesforce page. So this user to maintain the team discussions, file sharing, and commenting on each other teams. In this way, we are going to utilize these charter groups. And our next step is about the record types. For me, I'm created the two records, that is on-site employee and the remote employee. By clicking on this on-site employee, which we had created earlier, and here we have to edit which we want and which we doesn't want, and the on-site employee should be inactive. And for me, I had pick listed the available things, that is gender and the mode of work. For the remote, that is different. And like this way, I had created the two fields, that is on-site employee and the remote employee as the record type. Here we observe. In this way, I had created the two records to my project. After completing this record, I had created the permission sets. Permission set is nothing but additional permissions beyond the profile. So I have created the person to employee permission set, and here it is peer to M. I have named as a peer to M as the permission set name. And after this, the main important of this project is reports. Reports are one of the things that you will display on the Salesforce by clicking a new. I have created all the type of reports, and here it is that by clicking the new report, you can observe the employees and the employee with assets. All are generating reports. And here in my project, I have created the two report, and first one is named a new employees report, and second one is the employees with project task and projects. And our next step is about the dashboards. And here I have created the two dashboards. Here are two dashboards which is named as the dashboard 1 and the dashboard 2. By clicking on this new dashboard, you can create the dashboards in this. For me, I had created two, and our next step is about the approval process. It is based on the request, based on the HR status, based on the record type which I had given in the approval steps, and the submission access, that is the relationship of further leaves. After going to the leave, we can observe this leave approval request that I have been already created, and I am giving the status approve is given by the HR or the manager. So in this way, the leave approval status can be done. And finally, creating the trigger is the last step of our project. And I have created the trigger earlier, so I am showing that by clicking on the employees, by clicking the new, here this is showing the record type of on-site employee or the remote employee. And by clicking on this next and give the employee name as you want, I'm clicking the Jackie Chan. And by clicking on the save button, we hit a snag. We will get a snag. We get in this way the trigger was working. So finally the project have done. I can conclude that this enables the organization to maintain the accurate employee records and track the projects and maintain the performance effectively by automating the administrative tasks. So this is about my project on workforce administration. Thank you.